Hello, I hope you're well. I've been talking to you about the fruit of the Spirit, and you can read about it in Galatians 5 verse 22. One of the fruits of the Spirit is faithfulness, and I've got a story today about somebody who was faithful to God. This is Daniel, and Daniel had been taken from his country along with his people, God's people, to live in another country. But Daniel worked very hard when he got to that country, and he ended up working and advising the king. The king was very pleased with Daniel's work, and in fact he wanted to make him even more important and give him lots more responsibility. But some of the other king's advisors were very jealous, and so they made a plan, and they went to the king, and they tricked the king into making a law that you couldn't pray to God. And the king agreed and made the law. Now, what do you think Daniel did? Do you think he stopped praying to God? No. Daniel went home and he prayed by his window so that everyone could see. 3 times a day he prayed to his God because he was faithful. And sure enough, the soldiers came and they took Daniel to the king, and the king was very sad because he knew that Daniel had broken the law because he had prayed to God, and that the punishment for this was to be thrown to the lion's den. So the king knew there was nothing he could do. But he said to Daniel, "May your God protect you." And Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. Now, the king was very worried. He went home that night and he went to bed and he tossed and he turned and he couldn't sleep because he was so worried about Daniel. And in the morning he went to the lion's den and he called out, "Daniel, Daniel, are you all right?" And Daniel answered, "Yes," he said, "my God has protected me. He sent an angel to shut the lions' mouths. I was faithful to God, and God was faithful to me." And the king was very happy. Now, I wonder if there's a way that you can be faithful today. Perhaps you could say a little prayer to God, or perhaps you could sing a song to him. There are lots of songs on the Holmer Church YouTube channel. You could go and choose one of those. Or maybe you could do something kind for somebody. Make them a card, somebody who's lonely perhaps, and tell them about your faith. Maybe tell them the story of Daniel and how Daniel was faithful to God and God was faithful to Daniel. Bye.